Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey, I hope you are okay. In this moment, I want to clarify different aspects of the comparative and superlative. How can we do them? How can we control them? How can we create them in order to include them in our communicative skills, in our sentences, in our speeches? Yes? So take your seat and go ahead. For example, looking at this, we are going to clarify different things of comparative and superlative. How can we use them? How can we control them? How can we create them in our sentences when we try to compare or to highlight a specific object in a group? For example, first of all, I want to create a little explanation of this. In a comparative, obviously you have to compare. You have to compare between two objects. Just two objects or two situations, yes? You have the part A and the part B. You have to use different adjectives that remember that the main function of the adjective is to describe different characteristics or details of the objects that we have. For example, look at this. When we have this, we have different adjectives. There are strong adjectives for appearance, looking for appearance, looking for a condition, looking for feeling, looking for a shape, or looking for size. Yes, notice that all of them they are or short or they are long. That function is important for us. Why? Because it's important to know that if the adjective is short, you have to include in a comparative way the er. Yes? So, one example. We are going to use the adjective small. So in that case, A and B. A is smaller than B. So here it is important to know that we have the two objects here, A and B. And that word is going to be important to use when we are going to create a comparative. A is smaller than B. So in my example is A and B. But you can use, for example, bags, cars, guitars, musical instruments, food, obviously, or people. For example, Luis is smaller than Thomas. For example, is one example in a random way. Yes, you can use whatever the things, but you are going to use just two objects, two parts, two sides. Yes, A and B. So briefly, when the adjective is short, you have to use just er. But in the other side, when you have the adjective not short, when you have the adjective that it is going to be long, a long adjective, you have to use before the adjective, the normal adjective, you have to use more plus adjective plus than and the second part. For example, we are going to take another example of adjective, but it's going to be long. Comfortable. Be careful of the pronunciation. Comfortable, yes? So you can use the chair is more comfortable than sofa. Yes? That is one example. This is randomly, yes. So we have the chair. So we have to use the chair. Yes. The chair. It is going to be our part A. Yes. And the sofa is going to be our part B. So remember that our adjective is long, comfortable. We don't use comfortable or no. We use more comfortable here, more comfortable. And our important word, that is Jan. It is going to be all the comparative with all the comparatives. Yes. So we have to use the comparative with short adjectives and comparative with long adjectives. So look at this. We are going to create different examples. Then, when we have the superlatives, we are going to obviously not compare. We are going to highlight. Like to give the most predominated adjective here. Notice in my example the most predominated. What is going to be here? For example, I'm going to create another object here, but it's going to be here. Yes. Oh, in a capital letter. Okay. Good. So, what is the idea of the superlatives? The idea is to highlight one characteristic, one detail, one of a specific object in a whole group, in a complete group. For example, here we are going to describe or to highlight from the letter E, and from the letter G. Good? Perfect, very good. So we are going to continue. What is going to be the following thing? E, or the letter E, the letter E is the biggest one in the group. Yes. So we highlight, we tell the most predominated characteristic of the letter E. Good. So we say the letter E is the biggest one in the group. So my group is going to be here, and that characteristic from the letter E is going to be the most predominated. Yep. But in the other case, we go with the letter G. So that is not the biggest. Here, when we say the letter G in lowercase, we could be in quotation marks, is not the biggest, it's going to be the smallest. Yes, because it's too small in the group. Look at this. There's going to be bigger than the others. Look at this, bigger than the others, but it is the biggest one in the group. And here is the smallest in the complete. So look at this. When we refer about the adjective big and the adjective small, look at this, they are short adjective. So we are going to use est. But here, remember, it is important to know that when we have one vowel between two consonants, we duplicate the last consonant, so that we have the biggest and the smallest. Another example is going to be the adjective fat. When something is you eat too much, so you are too fat. So he is the fattest person in the group. Yes, that is the example when the vowel is in between two consonants. Good. Okay, and this is a short adjective, we use est. But what happens when we have a long adjective? For example, interesting. Yes, that is too long. There is a long adjective, interesting. So in that case, we can say that movie is the most interesting movie in the cinema. Good. So we have not only two objects, we have one big group. What is our big group? Here, the cinema, because the cinema you have a lot of movies to watch. Hey, I wanted to watch this. Yes, perfect. But for example, we have one movie, one specific movie, but we have that adjective as it is interesting, that the movie is interesting, but among all the movies, all the group of movies, we can say that movie is the most noticed. In comparative, we use the more. We use more in comparative, but in superlative we use the most interesting movie in the cinema. So it is important to mention that it is mandatory that in superlative we have to use not only most, we have to use the complete sentence. It's going to be the most interesting movie in the cinema. Yes? Look at this. For example, we have here the terms of degrees of comparison. So smart, as I told you before, smart is our adjective, yes? So the adjective is short, so we can say smarter. That person is smarter than him, because his grades are better than him. And the smartest, when we say a superlative, so we have a big group of three people, and that person is the smartest person in the group. Good. So that is a superlative degree. Very good. Another example. For example, the adjective is happy, comparative happier. So my friend is happier than my cousin, or my friend is the happiest person I have known. Good. Or the adjective late. Today is later than yesterday, or today is the latest day of the week. Good. It depends on the context. Shy, like a person like is something a little bit timid. Shy, also shyer and shyest. The shyest person is going to be her, or she is the shyest person I have known. But her attitude or her behavior, I can say she is shyer than me. Very good. Or the adjective, bright. When you turn on a little bulb, hey, that is bright. So my bulb is brighter than yours. Or my bulb is the brightest bulb around the world. It could be. Just those are the different ways. Remember our adjectives here. They are different. They are short, they are long, but we have to include them with different things here. So remember, superlative, comparative, we compare two things. In a superlative we highlight one characteristic of one specific object. Yes? Okay guys, see you.